Hello everyone, Maurice, and welcome to Tanks Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's items only, the investment talk today will be Ethereum ETH. First, I want to say happy Wednesday, everybody. Very great week so far. Respect to recording time of 9:23 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum current trading $2,905, up about 0.41% so far. Respect to overall crypto market and the equity market, it seems like it's normalizing or more of a rebound, a subtle rebound, if you may, driven mainly by the bond yield. Seems like it's easing and normalizing from the spike that we experienced yesterday. And also with respect to another macro catalyst driving the crypto market is obviously related to the China crackdown news. A lot of the crypto mines being shut down mandatorily in China with obviously the governmental enforcement onto this proposition, right? So with that, with these two macro, frankly, factors driving the sell-off yesterday, so it seems like we're normalizing right now. And with respect to the news specifically pointing towards Ethereum, I would say we have a good collection of news that happened this morning, and I've been keeping tabs ever since like 6 o'clock this morning. Ever since I woke up, went to the gym, did my heavy workout, read the news on the road, read the news on the way back. So I collect quite a lot of substance so far, and I'm just gonna go through them on a high level with you guys. So with respect to Decrypt 23 minutes ago, I talked about Solana launches multiplex studios to grow NFTs outside of Ethereum. So it seems like there is some competition between Solana and Ethereum. It seems like Solana is slowly extending its value proposition towards NFT commercialization as well, comparable to Ethereum. And in the short term, you'll see that Solana is currently up about 2.06%, obviously driven by this specific reason. But I think competition is definitely something we appreciate because competition ultimately drives innovation. And that's something we appreciate overall. We need to get better, and we will get better by further improving our value proposition on both Ethereum but also on Solana to further cultivate the overall crypto assets class going forward, right? So the next one up is Zinga 34 minutes ago, talk about WonderFi deploy Ethereum validator nodes to better support DeFi ecosystem. So it seems like this technology company, ticker WNDR, this platform is further improving the value proposition or the lack thereof that we are still leaning towards. So another great news coming from another corporation. Another one coming from CoinDesk talking about this quote. Ethereum is only as strong as its weakest link. So this seems like it's a negative article talking about with respect to the, some of the pain points that we've been experiencing so far. The high gas fee or the transactional time frame and et cetera, et cetera. So it seems like this is something that is not sure what's the incentive or the perspective. Is something good to know is. But ultimately, we know that Ethereum is something that we are innovating, right? It's not something that is set in stone yet. We are still improving. It's innovative. Again, I keep using this word over and over again. So for them to, say this is a weakest link or it's a little bit premature, right? Or it's like calling it some sort of like a safe haven type of asset as well, like comparable to gold. I think it's too early to say. I get why they're saying it. It's a form of media affectation to influence or try to pseudo inform or educate people, but without like true evidentiary substance, if you may, right? So good to know, but obviously read it with a great mental adjustments, if you may, right? Another one coming from Bazinga 5 hours ago called The Sims, which is obviously the video game, The Sims. The developer jumps aboard NFT bandwagon as Ethereum-based Axie Infinity sees great success this year. So it seems like there's someone who used to be a designer for EA Electronic Arts, working on the Sims project, which has a great legacy. I love The Sims. I've been playing it for quite some time. I play it on my phone as well, and I think that's like one of my first games when I got a GameCube back in the day, so a long time ago. So it seems like one of the seasoned developer or designer jumped aboard to the NFT wagon to capture this macro growth that we're experiencing for this NFT commercialization. Another one from Cointelegraph 12 hours ago talk about another Ethereum mining pool forces to close due to China crackdown. So this is this specific mining pool that they talk about is called a beer pool, BEEPOOL. It's the fourth largest Ethereum mining pool, and obviously with the enforcement coming from Chinese government, they were forced to close down. And I think this is something we've already mentioned yesterday. And then the other one come from Bitcoin. It's 14 hours ago. Talk about China's crackdown hits Ethereum hard as authorities shut down over 10,000 mining rigs. So this is something we have been recurring news so far. So obviously China is stepping up on this enforcement. So seems like quantitatively there's about 10,000 mining rigs that's been shut down so far, which obviously drives some imbalance in the ecosystem. And then the last one is really coming from NBA Top Shot creator on NFT craze and why Ethereum still isn't consumer friendly yet. I think this is talk about with respect to the high price point that NFT arts creation costs, right? I think this is still something that is not the most affordable type of investment opportunities, right? These NFT images that are in JPEG formats, from what we have heard recently, like Stephen Curry from the NBA to Snoop Dogg, who's a legend in the rap game, investing like millions of dollars or, at the bare minimum, $180,000 for a picture of a monkey in like a purple suit, right? These are not like the most affordable type of arts investments. So I think this is probably one of the reasons why they're saying it's not the most consumer friendly, because regular consumers cannot afford to buy a computer image, a JPEG format picture for $250,000. You know what I'm trying to say? So I could understand, I could resonate what they're talking about. So that's not really a substantive news, but something good to know, obviously. So let's go back into the technical analysis. So currently we are recording as of 9:29 a.m. on the Eastern time. Current trade $2,905, up about 0.36% so far. We are just kind of hovering on a sideways fashion. We're not really doing much. Again, we're levitating. This is not a substantive level that we are at right now. There's no platform here. So it's either we go up to the 3,150 or going down to 2,750. And with respect to the signals right now, MACD is still bearish. There's no signal of crossing up yet or curving up yet. RSI is still on the curve, still like at a 41 out of 70. We're not like complete at the depletion of 35 yet. So still room to fall down to. So I'll just wait until we cool down a little bit more, maybe the 2,700 to further buy the dip. And I think with respect to the weekend coming, contingent on no more like just like exogenous news that we cannot predict, I think, which obviously with these exogenous news will be mainly driven by public investors, that ideally if we go through the market cycle, we're still going to go down to the 2,750, which is logical based on how this set up right now. Bitcoin, same, I would say we're just kind of trading on a sideways fashion. I think the next logical level, knowing the fact that we are very comparable to Ethereum, would be the $40,000. But for me, knowing the fact that I do have 3 Bitcoins already, I'll probably wait until 37, 34 if the market cycle continues. Dogecoin, I think, again, we are at a relatively good level to buy right now. With the 34 out of 70, we are slowly crossing up. So Dogecoin should see some surging pressure imminently. Cardano, we are comparable to Dogecoin as well. And I think at the $2 mark would be a great level to dollar cost average at. But if we break that, we will go down to 187, knowing the fact that we have a relatively large gap that we've formed here, right? And then another huge gap that we have formed here as well. So if we break 187, we'll go down to 145. So definitely something to watch out for. Solana, with this surge coming from the NFT adoption news that we've heard earlier this morning, was driving some, I don't know, a little bit higher surging pressure in comparisons to the other coins, obviously. But the setup is still relatively bearish. We're still crossing down. We're still at the 50 out of 70. So Solana is no go. I think the buying pressure is mainly coming from public investors already. So I would wait off until, again, right, the 113 and 97 and 67 ideally. XRP was surging a little bit, obviously driven by some news. I think the setup right now is okay. I think the dip was technically 88 per our discussions earlier in the last 6 videos so far. I think there's some bullish signal coming because like we're about to cross up. So XRP is very interesting, comparable to like Dogecoin as well. Polkadot, I will wait until we cross down to the 25 again, right? Because of the fact that you know, we are still in the bearish setup with 45.70, so we're not like completely there yet. So going back to the cheat sheet, we are within the anger and probably preliminary of the depression stage. So this is where we're going to be seeing, we are going to see some slow pain. Someday you're going to see green, someday you're going to see red, obviously. So it's going to be some mental sparring session that you're going to have between you and the market going forward. So to stay within the frame of reference would be the 3,000, 2,700, 2,450 for Ethereum specifically. But if you bought in, let's say 4,000, right, just hold for long term, 9,800 should technically be the price point that we should be getting to if the market cycle continues in the durations that we've been experiencing so far, right? And someday in 3 to 5 years, we even get to a higher level from here, right? It's just a basic logics of supply and demand, right? So really appreciate you. This is a quick one. A lot of good news today. Seems like we're normalizing, but the market cycle is still durating. So something we'll be mindful of, and hopefully this is helpful in giving you that clarity and transparencies on how I'm triangulating all of the factors that are frankly not the most straightforward. It can come off a little bit convoluted if you don't know how to like strategically align your thought process into executing your price level. But I really appreciate you. I hope you find my videos helpful, and you know, if you find it helpful, please, you know, refer me, or you know, just tell your friends about it, about what I'm doing, because collectively I need your help to, you know, get the words out there so we can collectively rise together, and that's the goal of what I'm trying to do collectively with you guys, right? Really appreciate your friendship and the kindness that you provide for me every single day. I won't let you down. Even though when I'm sick, I'm gonna be trying my best to obviously give you guys an update on a daily basis, at least twice a day. But really appreciate you, and have a great rest of the Wednesday, and stay tuned for this come up. Take care.